Hi, so my artist was Salvador Dali, and Dali was born on May 11th, 1904, in Figueres, Spain. He was a Spanish surrealist painter and printmaker. He was influential for his exploration of subconscious imagery, and he later died on January 23rd, 1989, in the same place he was born due to cardiac arrest. Some of his movements include Surrealism, which is a cultural movement, and it's visual artworks and writings of uncommon imagery. Magical realism, which is the style of fiction and literary genre that paints a realistic view of the modern world while adding magical elements. And surrealism and magical realism is kind of similar because they use a mixture of realism and fantastic elements. Another one of his movements is cubism, and it is different views of objects / figures together in the same picture, and it's like fragmented and abstracted. Another one of his movements is modern art, and it's an art in which the traditions of the past have been thrown aside in a spirit of experimentation. One of Dali's famous paintings, The Persistent Memory, that was created in 1931, is not easy to grasp. In the painting, 4 clocks are on display in what looks like an empty desert scene. The clocks are not as flat as we might expect them to be. They are bent out of shape and appear to be melting away. Like the one on the next to the insects, it looks like it's melting away. One watch hangs on a tree branch like laundry left out on the line to dry. The branch looks dried out, and that's the one that it kind of looks like a pizza, but a clock. Dali painted The Persistent Memory at the age of 27 years old. This painting of the clocks might represent his youth that is fading or melting away, since Dali cannot remember them accurately now that so much time has passed. The magical realism aspects takes part in this painting as he uses clocks melting away to symbolize the memories that are leaving him from when he was young. In this painting made by Dali, temptation appears to St. Anthony in the form of a horse in the foreground representing strength, sometimes also the symbol of luxury, and in the form of the elephant which follows it, carrying on its back the golden cup of lust in which a nude woman is standing unbalanced on the fragile pedestal. The other elephants in the back are carrying buildings on their back, and in the background another elephant carries a tall tower in the clouds, and one can glimpse a few fragments of the escurial, a symbol of temporal and spiritual order. This painting might suggest the temptations of being a man, how woman, wealth, and more can distract the man from the word of God. Dali uses magical elements like the elephants with long legs, luxury that the elephants are carrying, and more to symbolize a man's desire. The Great Masturbator depicts an image of where the 25-year-old Dali was at the time he painted this large work. This painting has become a kind of self-portrait to the artist. The large head of the masturbator is one of the personifications of the artist, who appears in several occurring scenes in the painting. It reflects the spiritual and erotic transformations that Dali had just gone through as a result of Gala's appearance in his life. And Gala was like a muse to him. When they got together, he used her for like his paintings and like an inspiration for him. The grasshopper suckling the big figure at the bottom shows one of his fantasies, as Dali has always been afraid of that insect since he was a child. In The Great Masturbator, Dali illustrates some of his inner thoughts, like his fears, personal anxieties, persistent obsessions, and more. Dali shows how he sees the real world through his lenses, while also adding different elements that are connected to him in a painting. The painting Metamorphosis of Narcissus, I don't know if I said that correctly, but it's Dali's interpretation of the Greek myth of Narcissus. Narcissus was a youth of great beauty who loved only himself and broke the hearts of many lovers. The gods punished him by letting him see his own reflection in a pool. He fell in love with it, but soon discovered he could not embrace it and died of frustration. Relenting, the gods immortalized him as the Narcissus flower that we can see in both the right and left painting, and it's coming like out of the egg. Dali used a technique to depict the hallucinatory effect of the transformation of Narcissus kneeling the pool into the hand holding the egg and flower. Narcissus, as he was before his transformation, is seen posing in the background, and it's all the way in the back, as we can see. This painting relates to magical realism, as some people are so obsessed with their looks and take advantage of it, but later they come to hate themselves and get frustrated when they don't look a certain way. Dali uses magical elements as the gods turn Narcissus into a flower after he dies. In one of Dali's best-known works, a nude woman hovers above one of the flat rocks that in turn floats upon the Mediterranean Sea. This image relates to the artist's newfound interest in nuclear fission and atomic energy. A pomegranate that is on the left side of the painting bursts open and releases a giant red snapper that in turn ejects two raging tigers, whose leaping forms were derived from a circus poster. Closest to the nude woman is a rifle that is about to pierce her arm, while in the middle ground near the horizon, an elephant carrying an obelisk on its back strides across the sea on stilted legs. This elephant is used a lot in his paintings, like an elephant carrying something on his back and has still really long legs, and it's used in his paintings a lot. This hybrid creature for Dali was a symbol of war and destruction, and its presence in this painting helps to convey a mood of terror and confusion. This is on my works cited page, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Thanks.